FKVlogs, welcome back. Today is going to be just a little bit of a discussion video, and it's a video I have been very much looking forward to making. If you saw my mail video, I think it was actually the last video I uploaded. I filmed it a couple of days ago, but then I had a delay to upload, so I uploaded it anyway. And then I said about it this video in that video, if that makes sense. And my friend Chris Johnson sent me two movies, both of which, the first one and the sequel. And, you know, we were speaking about it for a while before. And when we were, I ended up talking to her about the story of how I actually first saw the movie. And, you know, I thought it'd make a great video entitled what do I call the video? You guys already know. The very first horror movie I watched. Yeah, okay. The very first horror movie you watched. The very first horror movie you watched, right, that's it, okay. I'm so confused, right, that's the title of the video right now. We've just made it up here. The very first horror movie you watched. Is that what I just said? Anyway, doesn't matter. It's about the first horror movie you ever saw. And I basically want to know what the first horror movie you ever watched was. So, you know, let me know your stories down below. I really think this would be cool. And if you want to do a video response telling your story, like, you know, if it's a bit long or you just would like to do the video response showing the film and all that, that'd be great as well. And obviously you can just link it because YouTube got rid of the little thing. But, you know, just link it down below. So, the first horror movie that I ever watched was Pet Sematary, you know, the Stephen King movie adaptation, Pet Sematary. Now, there's a big kind of story behind it. I didn't mean to really watch it. What happened was, it was way back when we had VHS. I was quite young, I was maybe 8 or 9 or so, or I don't exactly know how old I was. I was young, you know, we had VHS and stuff. And I was a fan of the Ramones. Always when I was younger I was, and I was going to wear my Ramones top. I'm sure you've seen it in other videos. And I just couldn't find it. When you're looking for something, you can't find it, can you? It's always the case. Anyway, so I was looking for my top, but I'm a big fan of the Ramones, and I was when I was younger. And of course, the Ramones made a song, Pet Sematary, which obviously, on further notice, is basically based upon this movie. They sing about, you know, the same themes that the movie has, and the clips are included in the music video. But at the time, I didn't know that. I was just like, oh, whatever. And, you know, I enjoyed the Ramones, liked that song, and then on the TV, a film, Pet Sematary, was going to be on. I don't know what channel it was, but it was really late. Like, you know, past the time that I'd be in bed. So we recorded the film onto a VHS. And then something must have happened, and my mum must have watched a bit of the film. And then she had said to me, you know, you can't watch this film. And I was always like, oh, this is no good, I want to watch the film. So then somehow, up on one day, I got the video, and I watched the beginning. And man, it was pretty scary. I was like, oh. And the bit that I remember being most like, ooh, about, was if you've seen the film. If not, then not. I don't know if it's a spoiler or not. There's the guy, I mean, he's on the front cover. I mean, look, this guy here on the front cover, like, his head is all, like, bleeding, all horrible. He's very creepy looking. And there's a part in the film when the main guy, who's this guy here, he's kind of like in his bedroom, and this creepy guy with his half head keeps appearing in his room. He's trying to show him the way to the Pet Sematary. Because I think they'd either buried the cat there, or they were going to bury the cat there. I've not seen this for years, so I'm not exactly sure exactly in what order the story goes. Anyway, so he keeps appearing in his room and creeping him out. And I remember it made me jump, and I was like, oh my god, this creepy guy is creepy. And I think I stopped the video there and didn't watch the rest. Until then, I think I maybe had a friend round, and we watched it together, and like we started from the beginning again, and I watched the whole thing. And you know, I really enjoyed it. Something about it was weird, but I enjoyed it. I remember I watched it quite a few times, this film, and I thought it was creepy and weird, but I liked it. It was very strange. So I was like, oh, I like this film, but it's weird and creepy. And of course, there's that little boy in it, and I always thought he was dead cute. And then, if you've seen the end of the movie, he's not so cute anymore. So I was like, oh, you know. But then I kind of came up with a theory that if children are in a horror movie, it's never going to be that scary. However, now obviously we know that that's really not the case. So then I really quite got into horror films, and I started watching things like The Ring. Actually, I think that came out quite a bit later. Wait, what year was this? I don't know what year it was of this time. But you know, things like, we've got The Grudge, we've got A Mighty Feel Horror, we've got, what else did I like? I like Hide and Seek. That was a movie that I loved. Like I say, The Ring at some point. When a Stranger Calls, that was a new one at the time, I think. Whenever, you know, it was over a few years. I really enjoyed horror movies. And, you know, when a new one came out, me and my friends, we'd get our parents, to rent it from the shop and we'd watch it and stuff, and it was really cool. And now I'm probably not as much into horror movies as I was, but I still enjoy watching some old ones I've not seen, and I do enjoy watching the new ones. And I don't know, I feel like people think that I'm probably not a big horror fan, but I do actually have quite a lot of horror movies in my collection. I just don't, I don't know, I guess I more have mainstream ones. I don't really get the independent ones, I suppose that's the kind of the thing. But yeah, so Pet Sematary was the first horror movie I ever watched, and it's simply just because it had the title of a Ramones song, and obviously now I know the song was based off this movie. It was creepy, but I enjoyed it, and it got me into a lot of other movies, and I wonder now, if I hadn't have watched that and enjoyed other horror movies, would I have now not still watched a lot of horror movies? I really don't know. But yes, that was the first ever horror movie I ever saw. It was a great experience, I enjoyed it a lot. It was a bit scary at first, I was like, oh, this is creepy. But yeah, so really, you know, that's just that story. I don't know what else to say, but yeah, I really want to know everybody else's stories. When I was telling this to Chris, and he, you know, had a similar story with the Pet Sematary, I was thinking, oh, I wonder what everybody else's first horror movies are that they ever watched. So yeah, I just thought I'd make a discussion video about it. I hope you guys enjoyed my story. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Don't forget to comment down below, because I definitely really want to know the first horror movie you ever saw, if you can remember it, or just the first one you remember seeing. Yeah, and just a little story if you've got one. Post it down below, or like I say, make a video. But yes, this was fun. I hope you guys had a good time watching this, and don't forget to subscribe if you're new or you haven't already. Like I say, leave me a comment, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks so much for watching. Goodbye! Oh, and if you've seen Pet Sematary, let me know if you have. If not, I recommend that you check it out. So yeah, thanks so much for watching, guys. Goodbye!